Alrighty, hello my friends, I'm the Killmaster Gaming, and today we are playing gotta be one of my favorite games of all time, Dragon Age Origins. I just wanted to give it a good old run through because I fucking love this game. I am messing around on my alt account on account of the fact that apparently there's a character limit. So, unfortunately we are going to be scrapping this character because she never really went anywhere. Spent most of those 14 hours just idling. So, as a way to make me play through the game instead of just idling, we are going to be streaming the whole thing. So no more gaps, no nothing. And a consistent schedule, probably every Tuesday and Friday afternoon, I will be streaming this. We will go through the entire campaign end to end, so that's going to be Origins, Awakening, Golems of Amgarak, and Witch Hunt. And I will probably, between campaigns, also cover these two because they're like an hour long each and they give you good loot for the first two. So, I might as well. Let's get into it. Probably, I'll try and skip as few cutscenes as possible, although some I really do have to because of either suggestiveness or I just straight up can't have it. So, you guys have got to know the rules by now. Alright, now I'm going to mute for this cutscene.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn. They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The Dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation. Until the Grey Wardens came. Men and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevail. It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. May even be too late. For I have seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
So now that that lovely gem's over with, time to make our character. Now what are we doing? I think just everybody's favorite basic bitch human noble. No, we're not doing that. You know what? I have not done a dwarven character in God knows how long. So I'm gonna do this shit now. Warrior. Let's do warrior. Best equipment. Or some of the best equipment. I'm gonna do. Noble.
Greetings.
There we go. I've chosen. Pants chat. No, Dave! A fun fact, Dragon Age is the reason that I actually dot my D's like that. So, let's make our character. I know what I have to do. Oh my god. I'm already regretting this. Oh my god. I've done this before. This was actually my last major character. I did this in Origins. Unfortunately, I couldn't get away with doing it in DA2. Yeah, he looks like a Dave. No offense, Daves, but y'all look like this. We have to make a portrait that actually fits him. There we go. We're good. Everything is far left.
How do you do?
Greetings. Greetings. Charmed, I'm sure.
Greetings.
How do you do?
Greetings. Greetings. Greetings.
Alright, I've chosen.
I cannot cast it. It is unharmed. Excuse me. Fare you well.
Yep, good enough, good enough. Alright, and we got, oh wait, hang on, gotta get a screenshot. Click. And that's our thumbnail. And that's our thumbnail. Alright, 2 points into Constitution, 2 into Cunning, 1 into Strength. Main point I'm getting the Cunning bonus is for this, and so I can get the second one later on. I'm gonna dump... You know what? I'm gonna dump into Weapon and Shield. Because again, some of the best equipment that I can get is from this tree. Alright. So, Dragon Age Origins, and it's been a while since I've done the thing. I'll mute during most cutscenes except for when I have to actually speak.
Deep beneath the Frostback Mountains sits Orzammar, the larger of 2 known remaining dwarven cities in the world. Orzammar was once the seat of a major empire connected by tunnels called Deep Roads, which stretched thousands of miles. The city now stands alone, cut off from the rest of the dwarven ancestral lands by the Darkspawn incursion. Secure in Orzammar's impregnable construction, the dwarven noble houses continue their centuries-old power struggles. Assassination and blackmail are commonplace, but the appearance of honor is paramount. You are the second child of King Endron of House Idukan, the 9th Idukan ruler elected by the Noble Assembly. You grew up in a world rife with political intrigue and have struggled against brothers and cousins for honor and prestige. Today, a feast celebrates your first military commission, the opening move towards real power in the ever-changing game of dwarven politics.
Greetings, my lord. You are dressed and ready. Excellent. I couldn't find the armor's matching dagger, but I scrounged up a rather fancy longsword. Do you wish to wear your shield to the noble's feast?
Better safe than sorry.
Certainly. You'll cut an imposing picture out there. Of course, if every other noble has a shield and 3 swords, you'll feel awfully underdressed.
You, my friend, are ridiculous.
One can't take all this marching about and speech-making too seriously. Moving on to the business at hand. The king expects you to make an appearance at the feast, but there's no rush. The noble family heads will spend hours boring your father with petitions and petty grievances.
What if
Out and
others-
about. I saw them on my way here, browsing the shops. As part of the celebrations, permits have been auctioned off to members of the merchant caste who wish to sell wares in the Diamond Quarter. Lord Harrowmont has also opened up the provings for young warriors to test their mettle before tomorrow's battle. Perhaps we should go show them what single combat is really all about. And by we, I mean you. I'll practice my cheering.
Fighting each other before a battle is
You sound like your brother Trian. Perhaps you'd like to discuss resource allocation problems in the military superstructure. Let's do something fun. Where would you like to go first?
We'll play it
Right
by ear.
behind you, my lord. The day is ours until the feast.
There we go. So let's look at what we got going on. Like this monstrosity that I have before me. It's a shame I don't get to keep this equipment because it is some nice stuff. Yeah, good enough. Oh. Sorry about that.
No sign of trouble here.
My Lord Balin? Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I am so...
You sure you want to go to the feast now? I doubt we can escape to see the provings once we're inside. I can't wait to see who's fighting today. Your father has allowed the merchants to show their wares in the diamond quarter during these celebrations.
There's nothing I can do. For such a small bolt of cloth, that's outrageous.
The finest in home decorations!
But my lord, these are surface silks, dyed with the finest saffron and indigo and embroidered by skilled elven tradesmen. I've seen Prince Balin Iduken himself wearing a robe made of something quite similar.
So I pay your exorbitant price, only to end up looking like a poor imitation of Prince Balin. You'll
My
get no
lord,
coin from
not
me.
much that you don't already know. My father's father was a great hero of the Deep Roads excursions and raised the family to the top of the warrior caste. He was even nominated to join the assembly and found a noble house, but the honor was in the nomination. He wasn't afforded a single vote. My father served your father for many years, and now I serve you. As you will.
But that's not what I meant, my lord. My lord! My lord Iduken, you honor me by visiting my humble booth. May I show you my wares?
Of course.
Please, look as you will.
Okay. What? How in the fuck am I expected to come up with that? Oh my god. It's not like I get to keep any of this shit afterwards, so I don't even see the damn
Our
thing.
trust follow, big brother. How surprising to run into you out among the common folk.
Especially since duty requires that you attend our King Father at the feast today. Have you so little respect for him to disregard his wishes on a day set aside for you?
Lord Harrowmont told me we wouldn't be needed for hours at least.
Silence! If I want the opinion of my siblings second, I will ask for it.
Yes, Your Highness.
Don't speak to Gorham
I
like
speak
that.
to lower houses and castes as they should be spoken to. Now do as I say.
Keep barking orders. I'm sure I'll care someday.
Your lack of a sense of duty to your house is obvious. I can't imagine why you are receiving a commission. I expect after tomorrow I'll spend much time apologizing to the heads of the noble houses for the deaths of their children under your incompetent command.
That's a bit harsh, isn't it, Trian?
As heir to the throne, it is my duty to impart wisdom and judgment upon those who need it. Now then, you, get to the feast.
It's cute how you think
I'd
you know
advise
what
you
I'm
to watch that tongue, dear sibling. Father will not live forever. Come, Balin.
That was fun. Nothing like being talked down to by the next king.
It's gotta be alive
Perhaps
to be
this
king.
isn't the best place for that sort of talk, shall we?
Look at this piece, darling.
My lord Iduken,
Rivals even the work
nothing
of
here
the
rivals your
yourself.
amazing Iduken armor, but if you wish something made,
You know very well House Iduken has its own royal armorers.
of course, forgive me. You honor me, your highness.
Okay, not bad. Decent equipment that I won't be able to afford. or
Nonsense,
keep,
woman.
but you know.
Your words bring shame upon our house. See how the edges are rough and pitted?
Would you compare this to Bronca's work? Trust a woman to speak of things she doesn't understand. Be
What
quiet.
about that one?
I doubt he's up to the task. I'm not going down that road again.
Oh, I would love to end up with a red head.
Would that Sir Blackstone were noble, Stand up straight.
Greetings, my lord Iduken. I am so honored to have you visit my booth. I have a proposition, but I dared not approach.
Yet you dare now.
It's alright, I'll
Very
hear him
well
out.
then, speak.
Yes, just so. Here's the thing. What I mean to say is... Sorry.
Alright.
So nervous. I had a dagger made, for you, as a gift for your first command. Sent a messenger to deliver the dagger to you. Prince Trian had him thrown out. I don't know what offense he caused, but I had him beaten severely.
You only had the
If it
messenger
would
beaten?
please your highness, I would gladly have him killed. Then
Don't
you
be
will at
necessary.
least look at the dagger. Here it is, your highness.
That's an amazing piece, merchant.
You do me much honor, sir. The blade has been crafted over a period of 2 years by masters of every art. I wish to bless the Lord's first command, and hope that someday, when he rules, he will wear it.
Trian is heir. He will rule when King Endrin returns to the stone.
If the assembly wills it. Forgive me, sir, but whispers say the second child of Endrin will be chosen.
Whispers indeed. It's a princely gift. If Trian recognizes it, though, it may send the wrong message. Or the right one, depending on your view.
Thank
I'll take
you.
the dagger.
You bring uncountable honor to me.
What he means is that you'll bring uncountable gold to him if you wear that piece in public.
Alright, let's see it without the shield. Whoa, boy! That looks great. Too bad I won't get to keep it. It really is disappointing. It's a good piece, though.
Lord Iduken, here in my booth? I am so... Oh.
He's fainted. You make quite the impression these days. Is it hard to be the king's child, never able to just blend in? It's the
Sometimes.
price of power, I suppose. Shall we move along?
Only the freshest food for your noble table.
My lord, are you heading to the proving arena?
Yes,
We
I'm
have
the
been
one.
charged with the task of escorting you to the proving grounds.
I clean forgot about that. Forgive me, I should have informed you sooner. The king decided you were not to travel through the commons unguarded. I did mention the merchants that won permits to show their goods in the Diamond Quarter. There were only so many permits auctioned off, and quite a few were turned away. Your father fears you will be harassed on the way to the proving.
This is silly, but I will comply.
Will we be leaving then? We
Yes.
are at your command.
In fact, this is, I think, like the only time in the game that you can end up in this little box.
Your Highness, it is an honor to have you here. Have you come to watch these brave warriors do battle in your honor? Your
I'll come and
Highness,
fight.
this proving is in your honor.
Then honor him by doing as he says. My Lord Iduken will fight in this proving.
I will honor today's warriors by testing their skills.
Of course, it is well within your rights. Men and women of Orzammar, we have a late entry to these provings, held on the eve of battle for the honor of House Iduken. I give you the Lord Iduken himself.
Sorry about
Are
that.
you ready
Sometimes
for
the
your
game
first
shows an open
match?
Menu.
Then let us begin! This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight Alair Bimo, youngest son of Lord Bimo.
You honor me with this match.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
We will need to fight shortly. Of course. Yes, as you say.
At least there's auto attack. But I will admit it is more fun to attack manually.
I should stir myself for a fool such as you? You shall not touch me. Paragons watch over me.
The winner is Lord Iduken. That was quite a fight. Alair Bimo is no slouch with that hammer. Are you ready for your next opponent? Excellent. Yes. Let us go. This is a glory proof.
Honor and glory to your house, your highness.
And
first warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
As you say. Of course. Yes. So shall it be. It will be done. Is that it? By the stone I shall prevail.
The winner is Lord Iduken. That was a crowd pleaser. Many were waiting to see that woman put in her place. Sir Blackstone is your next opponent. Are you ready to face him? Then let us begin. This is a glory proving, fought under the watchful eyes of the paragons of Orzammar, for the honor of House Iduken. Lord Iduken will fight Sir Blackstone, Deep Road squad leader of the warrior caste.
This is your education, child. Try to learn as you bleed.
Old men
First warrior to fall is vanquished. Fight!
More foes approach. Yes. As you say. Very well. I will not falter. Begone!
Greetings.
The winner is Lord Idukan. Well done. You have proven that even the best of the warrior caste cannot match a noble Idukan. Franlin Ivo is your final opponent. He too has had many victories today. Are you ready to face him, or will you rest first? Of course. This is a glory proving. It is down to just 2 warriors. With back, Lord Idukan will fight Franlin Ivo, second son of Lord Ivo.
You fight well. I wish you glory today and glory tomorrow.
First warrior to fall is vanquished. The victor is champion. Fight!
Enemies ahead. Very well.
You won't win. The winner is Lord Idukan.
Okay, so I think...
Congratulations! You vanquished every warrior of note in today's proving. The ceremonial helm, commissioned by your father for today's winner. The people will remember your honor and generosity for all time.
My lord? We will take a break when we are done here. For now, we are here to serve. Your wish is our command.
Oh, I can't go in there yet. Okay. Surprised I didn't get a level up out of that. Did I even get any XP? I got very little from that.
Please, Master Volney. My work is accredited by the Shaper.
These books are lies written by the enemies of House Volney.
I write only what I find in the ancient records. Lord Idukan, you can vouch for my work, can't you? Your father loved my History of Idukan, Paragon King, Peacemaker.
The king, as well as several other lords, are quite fond of his work. He writes of the ancient paragons.
This worm has written a book that slanders my house.
And don't do things that deserve slander.
Doesn't matter, it's all lies.
Tell me what it says, Scholar.
My work tells the stories of all those raised to paragons in the last 500 years. When the Assembly names a paragon, that man or woman is then, by definition, everything one can aspire to be in the world. They form their own noble houses and are revered as living ancestors. But paragons start off as men.
Volney was more than a man.
What was Idukan like before he was
Idukan was much loved, but he was still a man. He was plagued by melancholy, and his fervor regarding Orzamar's safety bordered on obsession. When Idukan was proposed as a paragon, only one lord in the assembly objected. The others savagely hacked him to death. Idukan's motion passed without a single dissenting vote.
Unlike Volney, is that what you mean, old man?
Volney became a paragon by the narrowest margin in history. One vote. A vote mired in rumors of intimidation, intrigue, and outright bribery. The records of that vote are kept in the Shaperate and are a matter of fact. Not liking history doesn't make it any less true.
You're taking
Scholar's
his side?
right.
What if he published a book like this about your paragon Iduken?
Truth is more important than your pride.
You would not say so if it was your house, but I shall respect your wishes. For now. Excuse me, Your Highness.
That fool has no idea how weak his house is or how low he sits in it. Shall I have him killed, my lord?
Well,
What do you think, Scholar?
Historically, it has been prudent to eliminate a small threat before it becomes larger.
Hear that,
How do you
Gorham?
want it done?
Do the prudent thing. Publicly make sure everyone
Understood.
knows why.
You've shown yourself more daring and aggressive today than most believed of you. Someday I hope to write of the great exploits you are sure to perform.
Word has been sent. He won't live past the hour.
You've shown House Iduken a friend to research, history, and the glory of our people. Of
Carry on
course.
with your work, Scholar.
I have much to document and organize. Good day, Your Highness. And thank you.
Yep, back to the palace we go.
Look, the Grey
My
Wardens
lord,
are here.
Might I bother?
The raid tomorrow must be more than a standard mission. The Wardens only go where the Darkspawn
Oh,
are
a
the
fun
greatest
fact.
threat.
Gorham and Ogren later on in the game are voiced by Steve
Good showing
Blum,
there, my lord. Your opponents will be
Same
licking
guy
their wounds
who,
all eve.
who voices Tank Dempsey.
Many thanks
I
for
think
your
some of the
willingness
guys,
to
but I
hear
don't
me out,
watch
my
the show.
lord. I wish to speak to you of a matter most urgent.
Actually, similarly, have a video from Steve Blum, much like the video from the others. But I don't know. Alright.
There is a vote coming before the Assembly next week. And a word from you could go a long way towards helping our cause.
This is gonna be bribe and
Well, you
blackmail.
do cut to the point, don't you? You'll be quite a shock if you ever join the Assembly. We are so fond of our doublespeak. I have no desire to obligate you or force your hand. I propose a mutually beneficial arrangement. The vote concerns the status of the so-called surface caste. Lost to the stone, air-touched, and so forth. Centuries ago, narrow-minded men declared that any dwarf who left to live on the surface forfeited his caste, and his house if noble. That he was, in essence, no longer a dwarf. I seek only to remedy an injustice, to retie the bonds of anyone who can trace himself to one of the noble houses wherever he may live. Please, agree to speak for this noble cause. Those on the surface are our lifeline. They facilitate trade with the surface. They're honorable and, well, let's be honest. I don't care a whit for those who have wandered from the stone. My wife, however, is a gem of a different color. She has a cousin, a useless sort, but she's quite fond of him. He joined a speculative venture to the surface, hoping to make his fortune, and went bust. Now he wishes to come home, but he cannot, for he has no house and would be casteless. For my wife's sake, I take up his cause. Will you lend me your voice? When your
What are you
father
going to do?
presents you to the noble houses, I will ask for your opinion on the matter. You have merely to say that you feel our surface brothers should be returned their noble rights. What could be more simple?
And honestly, I do believe it.
You're a
I do
fool.
think that It stands
Greetings,
to
my lord
return
Idukan. It is an honor
for
to meet you
familial
at
purposes
last.
as well. The honor is mine.
I have
Lord.
had the opportunity to recently meet with your father. He speaks highly of you. He says you may be the most skilled warrior in all of House Idukan. Your humility aside, I have no doubt you will be a fighter of great renown. We need more Grey Wardens like you, and quickly. Even as the Darkspawn weaken here in Orzammar, they are stirring on the surface. A blight has begun. Soon the fight must go beyond the deep roads, lest the Darkspawn threaten all the world.
I wonder if Father would allow me to join you.
Alas, I do not think he would take kindly to that suggestion. As the child of the king and heir after Lord Trion, your place is here.
I don't know as much as I should.
You know of
about
our
the Wardens.
dedication to destroying the Darkspawn, our frontline presence during a blight. What else would you know? I'm afraid not. Grey Wardens go where they're needed most. Right now, that is on the surface at the ruins of Ostagar, where the human king gathers his armies to face the blight.
I wish I could
Truly.
join you.
Then I will speak to your father after tomorrow's battle. I have my doubts he will relent, but there is always hope. Until then, good luck to you. Show the Darkspawn what your people are made of.
Alright, Duncan.
My king, please reconsider. The trade contracts alone could bring great prosperity to our houses.
Will we really turn our back on our brothers and a potential fortune in cheap labor because of a political technicality?
Denial of the traditions of our people does not qualify as a political technicality. There is more to life than monetary gains, my lords Bimo and Mino. The Assembly of Kal Sharok will respect the rule of Orzammar, or they will rot and die alone, surrounded by enemies.
Yes, my king.
But look, we have company to spare us further wrangling. Atrast Vala, my son. How fine you look in your great-grandfather's armor. I hear you were declared champion of the Provings. I suppose you were never one to sit by when something exciting was going on. Are you ready to be presented to the heads of the noble houses? So beautiful.
Of course, Father.
Very well. Let us begin. Lords, ladies, grant me a moment of your time. We are here today so I may present to you my second eldest child, blessed by the stone and born of the blood that ran in the veins of the Paragon Idukan. Who would pose a question to the prospective commander? Who seeks to know the prospect better?
I have a question. I seek to know the prospect better.
Lord Dace, head of House Dace, speak.
Lords, ladies, my question concerns the plight of our wayward kin, the so-called surface caste. What does the Commander Prospect think is the proper place for these lost souls?
They are as we are, and should
Thank
have
you,
their
my
rights
lord.
returned.
I am satisfied.
Then if there are no other challenges, I give you Orzammar's next commander. Tomorrow, our newest commander will lead part of a mission to strike a great blow to the Darkspawn. Not only does this recover access to some of our most important mines, but it also allows our honored guest Duncan, head of Ferelden's Grey Wardens, to strike far into the deep roads.
Thank you, King Endrin. While the Darkspawn seem to withdraw, it is only because they are massing on the surface. This could mean a blight, and my men and I will discover the truth.
We are honored to have you with us, my friend. Now, feast, drink, and celebrate, for the morning brings battle! As for you, my new commander, find your brother Trion and send him to me. He may be watching the provings, or getting some rest in his rooms. Walk
Father.
well, Commander.
May House Educan grow in strength and power.
My lord.
Well played with young Brenton.
No sign of trouble here.
Just walking around because I think there's an encounter that can happen. Unless it only happens later on in the game. Yeah, I guess so. As I feared. Going the right way, right? Yep.
Good day, Lord Idukan.
So you're a commander now, in name at least. Shouldn't you be attending our King Father? The world does not stop and start with your meager achievements. Not even tonight. Now, do you have some purpose in bothering us? Of course he does. We must discuss strategy before tomorrow's battle. Balin, stay here and stroke the new commander's conceit if you like. But then get to bed.
All day I've put up with that. He can really grate on the nerves. And what I'm going to tell you next won't make you any more fond of him. Trian has begun to move against you. I never thought his much proclaimed honor would allow him to actually act on his jealousy. Big brother, Trian is going to try to kill you.
He recognizes I'm a threat.
He fears what you are becoming, in the eyes of the people and the Assembly. Trian's the named prince, but only the Assembly can proclaim a king. It would be unusual for the Assembly to ignore the king's choice, but it does happen.
The founder of House Bimo became a paragon and king in one move from the Assembly, and he was a commoner.
That was an extraordinary case, but at least a half-dozen times the Assembly named a lesser family member, or even someone from another house, as king. Usually, it's the popular younger brother of an undesirable prince. You can't turn a blind eye to this. Your life is in serious danger.
Does Trian think
Look
I'm
at
courting
it from
the
his
Assembly?
perspective. You're more personable than he's ever been. You entered the provings held in your own honor just for glory and to please the crowds. If you win glory against the Darkspawn tomorrow, it will only strengthen the case for you as the next heir. Trian fears father will replace him on the spot. If not, the Assembly will surely turn against him when father dies. You know his pride will never allow him to step aside. You're my elder. I'll respect any decision you make, but please be careful. I don't want to lose the brother I actually like.
Glad if you're
You're
concerned,
welcome.
Balin.
I'm taking your place as father's second, so I'll be at hand tomorrow. For now, try to get some sleep.
May the Paragon smile down on you.
This is gonna be so funny. I'm just throwing that out there.
Trian and his men will clear the way for the Grey Wardens to descend into the easternmost caverns. Those caverns are still infested by the worst of the Darkspawn. We cannot risk our own troops in there.
Understood, Lord Haramont. We should be able to sense the Darkspawn and avoid them once the way is open.
May the Paragons favor you, and the stone catch you if you fall.
Come, men! Glory awaits!
Balin, you and your men will second the king, clearing the main road.
Don't you think it looks a little cowardly to allow these humans to take our place where the fighting is thickest?
Are you questioning the battle plan?
Of course not. I'm sure your caution is for the glory of us all.
Enough, Balin. Take your men and make ready. Harrowmont and I need to have words with your sibling.
Good luck, my brother.
Your father has a special mission for you.
In the eastern deep roads, there is a secret door carved into the stone.
The door leads to a taig, abandoned long ago by your ancestors. The Darkspawn have made it impossible to reach.
My father believed that the shield of the paragon Aiduken remains in that taig, under the stones of the central room. Reclaim the shield, and glory will be yours.
Alright.
We've sent 2 scouts ahead to make sure the tunnels are cleared. But be careful. One of the scouts will meet you at the first crossroads you come to. The second will be further in. When you get to the door, use your signet ring to open it. Questions?
Meet the scouts,
Very
find
good.
the door, grab the shield.
The
Got
crossroads where you meet the first scout will be the rendezvous point. There you can present the shield to the lords and demonstrate the strength of Aiduken.
May the ancestors watch over you, my child.
Will be done.
Oh dear. Oh my god! I don't know everything.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Into the fray!
Okay, Anakin, stay dead. That's one of the things a lot of people really don't like about Origins. Giant spiders. So I don't know how that's the worst thing. People get Darkspawn. Here we go, our first one.
Yes.
No, I'm just thinking about how only 2 origin stories will you actually fight.
It will be done.
Despite them being
Clumsy.
well, kind of. I don't really know how to put it. I really like Origins, at least from kind of like political perspective. It really did build a good world. Wasn't it like the demo for Dragon Age Origins revealed like a little secret about this mission? But I don't know.
You made it, Commander. Did you run afoul of any Darkspawn? We didn't expect any activity in these tunnels at all. Once I finished scouting the tunnels, I hid here to avoid the Darkspawn. Most tunnels are dead ends. The one we want is swarming with those fiends. It's going to be a fight.
Warriors.
As you say,
stands in
onward
the way.
then. We should hurry.
Dead end.
What strange beasts.
Oh,
Very well. Yes, as you say. Very well. Of course. As you say.
I hate these.
Will be done. Of course. This one's mine! It will be done. Yes.
I'm gonna turn down my game audio.
You will not win! As you say.
I'm gonna do a little bit of audio adjustment. Must be pretty loud if it's pulling my phone like that.
It will be done. Yes. So shall I.
This was just like a master.
I will not falter.
It's not even the tunnel. Oh my god. It's not even the spot. No, that's not it. Oh, that was it. What was going on there then? Oh, do I have to go like the long way around or something? Guess so.
These are vile and tainted creatures. As you say.
Come on, out of the bear trap.
Yes. As you say. Take that!
Game aged fairly well. Probably not as well as some other titles, but it aged fairly... Oh my god. It aged well enough.
You're here. I thought the Darkspawn had got you for sure.
Not that easy to
And I'll
kill.
make sure I'm behind you if we're swarmed. We want the tunnel ahead, but there are Darkspawn tracks all over it. Be careful.
Seen the tide
I
go
haven't
yet?
ventured more than 100 yards ahead for fear of alerting other Darkspawn. I'll follow your lead, Commander.
Yes. As you say. Very well. Yes.
Bandages, anyone?
You have forced my hand. Ancestors, preserve me! Very well. As you say. Be gone! Let us end, shall we?
You are no match for us. This is barely a challenge.
Looks like someone beat us to the door.
This Darkspawn body is still fresh. Whoever opened the door is most likely still in there.
They had to have had an
It
ID
could have been
consignment when you
stolen.
get in.
Recently, or generations back.
Or it could be an ambitious cousin out for his own glory.
Oh,
Understood.
look at that.
Let's move, men.
What time are we at? About an hour. Okay.
So glad you... Turns out the shield isn't quite as easy to retrieve as I was led to believe. I wager you know where it is, though. So maybe you tell me where it is, and I won't mutilate your body so bad your father doesn't recognize you. I'm your better,
how'd you get
that's
in here?
who. And as to how I got in, that's a question you'll have to ask
Cool,
the
that doesn't
stone
really answer
after
my
I
question.
butcher you. Now where's the shield?
Tell me how you
Fit
got
for
in, I'll
bite,
tell you where the
huh?
shield is.
Both of us banking on killing the other and losing nothing by the telling? Very well. One of Prince Trian's men brought me this ring. It opened the door just fine. Now where is the sodding shield? Just kill them, boy.
I'll whisper it
More
to your
foes
corpse.
approach, as you say. Yes.
That's kind of the best part, is that
Very well.
they'd have to
Yes.
fight it.
Sod it
Well,
off,
no, they'd-
as you say.
They'd be here
Be
forever
off
trying to find it.
It will be done. Of course.
Be off.
As you say. Very well.
Sod it off.
It will be done.
You'll
Yes.
pay for this. Be off with you.
I'm going to make this quick. As you say. It will be done. Very well. As you say. Of course.
I'm hurt! I'm no good to you like this! For Orzammar!
Drive them back! You should have run! This one's mine!
Okay, tank.
Very well. I'm not afraid of you! It will be done. You will not win!
Stone Curse Duster! To battle!
Is that really Trian's signet ring?
Yes, my brother's been
It
sloppy
would have
this
been a
time.
major victory to get the shield first, but he showed his hand and failed. The first way we can hurt him is to find that shield ourselves. You have
Let's
your...
move then.
I am afraid not.
Stab myself in the face casually as I run.
This is the room. How do we get the shield? You two, see
figure
if you
it
can
out.
spot anything. It seems some of these tiles are different from the others.
All right.
That's it. We've got it.
Doesn't look like much. The skill of our crafters has come far since then. But still, the Shield of Iduken.
Strength of Iduken.
I can
is in
feel
the
it.
Shield.
It's inspirational.
If you say so. It's just a shield. We need to get to the
Well,
other
what was she
rendezvous
moving?
point. Back in the direction we came from, at the crossroads.
To the crossroads.
Or is there anything else in this room? Not like I can keep any of it, but you know. Lyrium. But I can't take it. Doesn't matter to me, but you know.
Watch
Look
out.
out!
I think there's Darkspawn about.
Oh, no shit. Can I actually use the shield? Oh, it's a plot item. Cringe.
As you say.
For Orzammar!
done.
Ancestors, guide my arm!
Probably deal with the archers. Or I
As you command.
For Orzammar! Where shall I strike?
You shall not touch me!
Got a ballista?
Of course. Yes, as you say.
Ooh, if I remember correctly, the ammo's in that barrel. Yeah, I called it.
Of course.
Years, but at least I still win this game.
It will be done.
Nice, good kill. Oh my god, I really have to walk back down this spot. Ooh. Ta-da! I don't want to walk all the way around.
If Trian were really scheming against us, this would be the perfect place for an ambush. We've got the shield, and we're all alone out here. I wish I had your confidence.
What's that you're muttering about? Uh-huh.
Family business.
All right, then.
By the stone, it's Trian!
It must have been a darkspawn attack.
This doesn't look like Darkspawn. No bites, no scratches, no mutilation.
Your
Balin
brother?
outplayed me.
Someone's coming.
Hurry, Father, before it's too...
By all the ancestors, what has happened here?
It seems we weren't fast enough. Balin was right.
My son, tell me this isn't what it looks like.
We just got here.
Just long enough to slay Trian.
My lord is innocent.
Sir Gorham, your loyalty makes you a useless witness. It falls to others to tell the story. You, Scout, what happened here?
Trian and his men were here early. It seems they'd done battle with the Darkspawn. Lord Iduken came up to them all friendly-like, but when we got close, he ordered us to attack.
It is a valid question. The man is low-born and could easily be bought.
Frandlin Ivo, you are a good and noble man. Did the scout speak the truth?
He did, my lord. It was terrible. Prince Trian didn't stand a chance. Afterward, my lord stripped his signet ring.
You treacherous bastard!
Silence, Gorham! Do you have anything else to say, my son? I want to believe that. I really do.
Bind him. He will be judged before the assembly. To Orzammar.
and all. You understand?
Of course. Leave us alone, will you please? My lord.
Oh, I have a level up. Yeah. 2 points in strength, 1 point in constitution. Strength only gets me so far, though.
I would have come sooner had they allowed it. How are you? The Assembly isn't going to call for you. Balin has taken Trian's place in the Assembly. He introduced a motion to condemn you immediately, and it easily passed. He had fully half the Assembly ready to vote on something completely against tradition and justice. He must have been making deals and alliances for months, if not years. I don't know that you'll get that chance. The Assembly has already sentenced both of us. My knighthood will be stripped, my name torn from my family records. But I will be allowed to attempt some sort of life on the surface. Lord Harrowmont moved for a similar exile for you, but Balin's supporters overwhelmed him. You are to be sealed in the deep roads to fight Darkspawn until you are overwhelmed and killed.
Cowards weren't
That
strong
may
enough
have
to
been
kill me
Balin's
themselves.
first mistake. Lord Harrowmont gave me access to see you so I could tell you this. Duncan and the Grey Wardens are still in the deep roads, in tunnels connected to those you are to be left in. If you survive long enough to find the Grey Wardens, you may be able to escape with Duncan.
Duncan said he'd ask my
Oh,
father
perhaps this was meant to be. If you can find them, I'm sure you can join them and escape the deep roads. They're down there somewhere. It's just a matter of surviving long enough to track them. I begged to go with you and fight at your side, but Balin's pet nobles wouldn't hear of it.
You're safer going.
I would give up all the safety in the world to go down this dark path with you. Our time is up. May the Paragons guide your sword and the stone hold you up. I will always be your man, my Lord Idukan.
They are ready for you now. Here is the prisoner, Lord Harrowmont.
Having been found guilty of fratricide by the Assembly of Orzammar, you are hereby sentenced to exile and death. Your name is from this point forward stripped from the records. You are no longer a person, nor a memory. You are to be cast into the deep roads with only sword and shield. Dare to redeem your life by fighting the enemies of Orzammar until your death. Do you have anything to say before the sentence is carried out?
Balin will destroy
I
you
understand
just
your
as he did
anger.
me.
You should have been allowed to defend yourself. Had I the power to stop this, I would have. Look me in the eye and tell me you didn't do this. For your father's sake.
I didn't kill Trian.
I believe you. That means Balin planned this from the start. Believe me, I will spend the rest of my days making sure Balin does not profit by his deeds. Your father asked me to give these to you. This sword and shield are of fine dwarven make. Strike a blow at our enemies. He is old, and this tragedy has hit him hard. He will rest better now, though, knowing the truth. As you will, Lord of Idukan. Open the doors and let the condemned walk through. May the stone accept you when you fall.
Oh boy. What an amazing description for shields, though. Shields are often made from wood because it grows everywhere and is strong. I mean, that is true, and I wouldn't fight that because it's right.
What's
Okay, hang on. No.
As you say. Foolish!
Oh dear.
These are vile and tainted creatures. Yes. Be gone! As you say. Very well. It will be done.
I think we'll probably get a good portion of the Ostagar chapter done as well. Maybe. Could also just leave off there. I don't want to go play Siege, but...
These are vile and tainted creatures. Very well. Yes. Ow! Of course. As you say. Of course. Yes. Pay for that.
Oh my god, can we stop missing?
So
what? What in the goddamn? Okay, well, we got armor-ish. Boots would be great. Okay, came in this way. I think I have to go this way.
By the Maker, it's a dwarf.
Lord Idukan, what are you doing here alone? Where are your troops? Forgive
Okay,
me,
one question
your
at a
appearance
time.
startled me. We expected to be alone here. May I ask what happened? Ah,
Balin has
you have
betrayed
been
me.
made to walk the deep roads, then.
You mean you were exiled? What happened?
I do not think matters of dwarven honor are any business of ours. You need not answer, friend. Lord
I was
Trian?
betrayed by my brother. Oh, Balin.
I
Train's
see.
dead.
The brutal intrigue of the dwarven court continues, then. Your father intimated as much. There is no reason for you to walk these deep roads and die for something you did not do. You have already proven yourself both resourceful and skilled, and I would expect nothing less from an Idukan. When last we spoke, you told me you wished to join our order. I imagine this isn't quite what you meant, but you may still find great honor here. As leader of the Grey Wardens in Ferelden, I would like to formally invite you to join our order.
Well, I can't see as I have much
Then
of a
welcome.
choice.
We leave immediately for Ostagar to join with the human forces facing the Darkspawn hordes led by King Kaelin. Stay close. There are still Darkspawn around every corner.
And I got an achievement that I didn't get last time because I was an idiot last time and it was 2 in the morning. So that is the achievement for completing the origin story without going down, and Kingslayer is the
We will be
achievement
traveling
for this
south
origin.
through the hinterlands to the ruin of Ostagar,
so
on
many-
the edges of the
Oh, no,
Korkari
my
Wilds. The
Oh, they
Tevinter
fell over.
Imperium built Ostagar long ago to prevent the Wilders from invading the northern lowlands. It's fitting we make our stand here, even if we face a different foe within that forest. The King's forces have clashed with the Darkspawn several times, but here is where the bulk of the Horde will show itself. There are only a few Grey Wardens within Ferelden at the moment, but all of us are here.
Oh, there's my
This
water bottle.
blight
Well, one of
must
them.
be stopped, here and now. If it spreads to the north,
that's not gonna
Ferelden
be how that
will
happens,
fall.
Duncan. I don't
Ho
think.
there, Duncan.
Although I do
King
tell you, I do
Kaelin.
have an immense amount of
I
respect
didn't
for Duncan
expect
as a character.
A royal welcome? I was beginning to worry you'd miss all the fun.
Not if I could help it, Your Majesty.
Then I'll have the mighty Duncan at my side in battle after all. Glorious. The other wardens told me you'd found a promising recruit. I take it this is he?
Allow me to introduce you, Your Majesty.
There's no need to be so formal, Duncan. We'll be shedding blood together after all. Ho there, friend. Might I know your name?
Dave, Your
Pleased to meet
Majesty.
you. The Grey Wardens are desperate to bolster their numbers, and I, for one, am glad to help them. It's good to see one of the honorable stout folk outside Orzammar.
You're all leaving Orzammar wasn't
Sounds
really
like
my
there's a
idea.
story behind that. You must regale me with it sometime.
But you have a
I
battle
meant
to fight
after we
first.
defeat the Blight, of course. I doubt Loghain will give me a moment's rest until then. I've been to Orzammar. King Endrin invited my father to a grand proving long ago. How does Endrin fare these days? Well, it seems your story may be even more interesting than I suspected. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to Ostagar. The Wardens will benefit greatly with you in their ranks. I'm sorry to cut this short, but I should return to my tent. Loghain waits eagerly to bore me with his strategies.
Your uncle sends his greetings and reminds you that Redcliffe
Kaelin
forces
was
could
too
be
pure.
here in less than a week.
Ha! Eamon just wants in on the glory. We've won 3 battles against these monsters, and tomorrow should be no different.
Sound very confident.
Overconfident, some would say. Right, Duncan?
Your Majesty, I'm not certain the Blight can be ended quite as quickly as you might wish.
I'm not even sure this is a true blight. There are plenty of Darkspawn on the field, but alas, we've seen no sign of an archdemon.
Disappointed, Your Majesty?
I'd hoped for a war like in the tales. A king riding with the fabled
Yeah,
Grey
he's a
Wardens
little
against a
too
tainted god.
pure, I think.
But I suppose this will have to do. I must go before
was,
Loghain sends out a search party. Farewell,
was a good man.
Grey Wardens.
You don't deserve any of this shit.
What the king said is true. They've won several battles against the Darkspawn here.
You don't sound very reassured, though.
Despite the victories so far, the Darkspawn horde grows larger with each passing day. By now, they look to outnumber us. I know there is an archdemon behind this, but I cannot ask the king to act solely on my feeling.
Seems to regard the Grey Wardens highly,
Yet
though.
not enough to wait for reinforcements from the Grey Wardens of Orlais. He believes our legend alone makes him invulnerable. Our numbers in Ferelden are too few. We must do what we can and look to Teyrn Loghain to make up the difference. To that end, we should proceed with the joining ritual without delay.
Hot meal might be nice first.
I agree. We have until nightfall to begin the ritual. Every recruit must go through a secret ritual we call the joining in order to become a Grey Warden. The ritual is brief, but some preparation is required. We must begin soon.
Alright, well, wonderful.
Feel
It's
free
over
to
with then.
explore the camp here as you wish. All I ask is that you do not leave it for the time being. There is another Grey Warden in the camp by the name of Alistair. When you're ready, seek him out and tell him it's time to summon the other recruits. Until then, I have business I must attend to. You may find me at the Grey Warden tent on the other side of this bridge, should you need to.
And then that music cue comes up out of nowhere. I'm just gonna interrupt it real quick. Sorry. Don't point to the text. Actually, I'm gonna wait a little bit on that persuasion one. I just want this for... Yeah, I just want this for later because I won't get another skill for like, another 2 levels. So I'm just gonna kind of keep going with passives. And then that way I can actually dump money into that. And I don't think I have shoes. This is funny to me. I don't have shoes. I'm gonna have to buy boots from the quartermaster. I like how because I was still in that, it implied that I walked the whole way without boots. Because Ostagar is pretty fucking far south compared to Orzammar. Oh lord.
Hail, you must be the Grey Warden recruit that Duncan brought.
We stand here in this hour, good folk of the realm.
Lady, I know you. You're gonna be my friend later. I'll talk to her later.
So, any
I
last wishes
think
I can
I'm just gonna
Have
grab
you seen
boots
an elf
and then this
running
will be where
about?
we sign off for
Young
today.
woman, red hair, blood.
Can't
No,
say I have. No.
pardon my manners. My troubles are not arms are not.
Alright, what kind
I
of
also
stuff do you
have some good.
Alright, let me see your other goods, because I bet you have good boots that I can't afford. I can't even wear those. Oh wait, shit, I can't sell my armor because I need that. I'm an idiot. Well, I won't need daggers, this great sword, or this short bow. And I still can't afford any of it. So, good enough for me. I mean, if I could come up with the gold, or at the very least if I could do the dupe glitch, which I mean I could, I did sell 2 daggers, but at only 2 silvers, it's not worth the attempt. So you're
Hello
primary
again.
goods.
Is there something you need?
Yeah, it'll do. Good enough for now. I mean, studded leather. I'm already wearing studded leather gauntlets. Like, will I get the full set? Or no, I'm wearing normal leather. Does it still count as the full set? No, it doesn't.
Time tomorrow.
Can I find
Hello
studded
again.
leather gloves?
Is there
If
something?
not, then I
Let me know.
just can't. But I don't really care. Oh yeah, I can, but they're a little out of my price range, I think. Plus, they're a couple tiers off. Ah well.
Oh well, too bad.
Disappointing. But I don't really need the item set bonus. It's not like it matters. It's just... Well, a bonus to armor would be cool, but I don't really need that. It's like so early in the game, nothing matters. Alright. And new save. Here we go. Jesus Christ. We've been going for a while. And that's going to be enough for today. Be sure to check in on Friday afternoon for number 2. Auf Wiedersehen. Maybe I should say that after I queue up everything.